What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of I Know What You Watched Last Friday. I'm Brian.
I'm John.
This is episode 16, where we are covering John Carpenter's 1978 classic, Halloween.
Yeah, it is episode 16.
It is. It is. It has been. Let's see here.
And
We've been
we're
recording.
actually recording this on the 16th.
Yeah.
I
We didn't try that.
No, we didn't try that at all.
We planned that shit. No.
Yeah. You've seen our upload schedule. We don't plan shit.
No. But it's been quite a year.
It's been.
What can I say? This is the 16th episode. By the time you people are listening to this, this is episode 16, and at this time, 8 minutes after 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Friday, June 16th, we are at 124 subscribers.
124 subscribers, 5.1 thousand views, which is insane.
It's insane. It's insane. And we just want to take this time to thank each and every one of you. Not each and every one of you. Not individually.
Not personally. That's impossible. But still.
Yes. We want to hear from you guys. Feedback. Leave your comments. Share. Like. Sub.
Definitely want to like them, though.
Yeah, for sure. We sincerely appreciate it. If you also have Spotify, you can check us out on there.
Yes. I do try to upload that. Sometimes I forget, and I have to be reminded.
Yes.
But now, since we switch our recording ways, it's actually a lot easier to do that.
Yeah.
But
I'm saying yeah like I fucking do it. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I upload, edit. I don't edit these things. If I have to, I will.
Fuck it, we do it live. Off the cuff.
For real. That's just what I'm used to. Maybe eventually we might have a script and all that, but yeah, it's more fun doing this way.
It is. It really is.
I do like ad-libbing things.
It is. It is more fun. That was my chair.
I don't know if I picked it up or not.
Okay, good. So, if you stuck with us this far, yeah, I just shit.
It's my chair.
It's our 16th episode. Just rips it. No, so we decided that we're going to do the Halloween franchise.
Yes, this is my second favorite franchise.
What's your first favorite?
Bruh.
For the people at home.
They know. They should know. If they don't know, it's Friday the 13th.
What franchise did you guys start with? I don't know.
What was part 1?
Scream.
Yeah, no, Friday the 13th. It goes Friday the 13th, Halloween, Scream, The Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay, yeah.
And then probably the Evil Dead series.
Evil Dead would be nice. Evil Dead series would be nice.
I mean, it's easier because there's only 3.
Yeah.
Not counting remakes, not counting.
We can't cover them all. We can.
I've only ever seen the original 3.
That's fair.
But we can.
We can check out the remake. You would like them. They weren't bad for what they were. A lot of haters out there.
I mean,
they weren't bad.
It's
Folks,
this is the horror genre.
Fucking like shit. It's okay.
This is the horror genre.
Who are you really impressing?
For real.
Like when I was telling people that we were going to cover Halloween, and the most asked question I was getting was, "Are you going to do Halloween 3? Are you going to do Season of the Witch?" Yeah.
Yes.
Of course.
Unlike some Friday the 13th movies.
To be fair, I toughed it out. We did part 5. We didn't do 9.
We didn't do 9. We have a limit.
We have a limit.
Okay, we did say we will do 9 eventually, but we have to be either drunk or that'd be funny.
How about this? We'll get a Patreon. Fuckers can pay. I'll only do Jason Goes to Hell.
Like I paid for it.
Yeah.
That sounds mean.
You heard it here, folks. Fucking quote me on that.
No, we will do it eventually.
Next year we'll have a lot of followers and we'll probably be blown up and hopefully, God willing.
They're free.
They'll go back and refer to this. Hey, Brian, remember episode 16? Excuse me. So yeah, diving in head first.
before that, yes, we were going to do. Okay, I like part 3. I don't care what people say.
Yeah. Yes. Season of the Witch, for some stupid reason, caught a bad rep only because, I mean, people expected more Michael Myers.
Yeah.
You didn't get him. I'm sorry.
For one movie.
Yeah. It's good on its own.
Well, look what happened.
They
got 6.
Yeah. I mean, shit. Think about it. Okay, it didn't have Michael Myers, but it had like the people, like people that were in Halloween were in Season of the Witch.
Yeah.
Like,
there's a lot of haters out there.
Oh, exactly. Fucking A. Hating shit. Stop it.
All right.
Anyway.
Yeah. Back to the.
I digress.
Listen, 2 episodes.
So yeah, it's 1978. The year is 1978, and
Currently.
people are going. Yeah, currently.
I wish.
If you're listening to this was recorded in 1978.
Pretty good. Yeah, on our Android phones.
Yeah. Exclusive. Y'all weren't even born yet.
Neither were we.
Neither were we.
Parents weren't even married yet.
I know. Mom wasn't even born. No, my mom was 1. No, in 78. She's 5. Anyway. Oh, really? What else about you? Oh, my Social Security is. No. It's 1978. John Carpenter and Deborah Hill gave us what would become one of the most successful independent films of all time.
Yes.
Like one of the highest grossing independent films of all time.
It was for the longest time. I think until Paranormal Activity.
Yes. I believe you're right.
Because Paranormal Activity had a lower budget, but it made like, crazy nice. That movie only had like $15,000 budget.
So can you guess the budget for Halloween?
It wasn't much. I know that.
If you could take a guess. Shot in the dark.
Like 30,000.
300,000.
Okay,
300 to
way
like
off.
325. Yeah. But it actually for the budget was less than $330,000, and it went on to make well over $70 million.
Yeah.
Like that was just
insane.
It was insane, and not bad for a movie that is literally an hour and 31 minutes.
Yeah, it's not a very long movie.
No.
It feels a lot longer than it actually is.
So this was not only was it directed by John Carpenter, it was also scored by him.
Mm-hmm.
He has a history of he's also a musician.
No.
Yes, he goes at actually. I would actually like to see him perform, but I don't think he really comes to the East Coast.
That's understandable.
But co-written with the producer Deborah Hill, who was then I believe his live-in roommate or like girlfriend, on again, off again girlfriend. I don't know. They decided to cast a young unknown actress. At the time, unknown.
Yeah, at the time. Well, she had a show.
She was on a show.
And she got fired from that show.
Yes.
We were talking about the one who plays Laurie Strode.
Yes, Laurie Strode, a.k.a. Jamie Lee.
I couldn't think of her name for a second. I was going to say it, I'm like, I can't think of it.
Ginny. Ginny is played by...
I was like, I couldn't think of Laurie Strode, but I couldn't think of the actress's name. I was like,
So Jamie Lee Curtis is Michael Myers' sister.
Oh my god.
Laurie and Jamie Lee are actually related. Sisters. It was actually her first film.
Yes.
Her film debut. And then we have the great, omnipresent. I almost said omnipresent. Donald Pleasance as Dr. Samuel Loomis, the psychiatrist who cares for the shape. Michael Myers.
Shot him 6 times.
I shot him 6 times. So it basically, Carpenter came up with this story from, I guess, like a visit that he had.
Yeah.
On like a field trip or something like that. It was like a field trip or something.
Yeah.
And
I'm like ad-libbing you.
Yeah, just run it off you, man. Just keep going. Uh, I guess like he had seen like he was taking a tour of like a mental institution and happened to see like this like young child with like the way Dr. Loomis like describes Myers in this movie is like how pretty much all of Loomis's dialogue was written by Carpenter.
hmm
And then of course Deborah Hill did all the dialogue for the female characters to give it more of like a genuine feeling with this character. And the thing is, what I like about this movie that like a lot of these films, some of them kind of catch it, but not quite. But there's something about these franchises, these '80s franchises. I mean, not even '80s. This is the late '70s, but still, this is what started the slasher.
Well, well, tell me when it started. It was Texas Chainsaw, just 74.
Yes, yeah.
But that I know what you mean.
This was like the formula. This was the one that like was emulated.
This was the babysit killer one.
Yeah, like Matt, like you pretty much got like the typical like
Yeah,
final girl guy in a mask going to kill you.
yeah, a genre that just needs to be left alone.
Yes.
It's been overdone. I love it. It needs to stop.
It needs to die.
For real.
It needs to die. That's months away.
I'm looking at you, fucking show for Friday the 13th.
Crystal Lake.
That doesn't need to happen.
Yeah, can we shut that shit down?
And
what
before
is
is actually really good.
What is this shit that I'm hearing about a new Friday the 13th game?
What?
There's like a new Friday the 13th game that they're working on.
Is there?
Yeah. But I really wish that they could have like revitalized.
No,
That pisses me off so damn much. Sorry, people listening. I know we're talking about Halloween, but going off on a little tangent here. Friday the 13th, the game was probably the biggest like cheat. Like it was cheating.
It did.
It was
It
so
honestly
fucking cheating.
did. It got shafted like so hard.
Thank you,
'Cause
Victor Miller.
I know. It was so doing so well, and all that shit. It just came at a bad time. If it would have came out like nowadays, it would be a lot better.
Absolutely.
Because the lawsuit's over,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Lawsuit's over. They're apparently so Victor Miller. I guess like this show is going to be his like thing,
Yeah.
and Sean Cunningham and somebody else is trying to get like a film made,
Oh.
like a reboot.
Oh.
Don't do the reboot, folks.
Oh,
If
no.
anything, please take a page. The only thing I think that Blumhouse did right when they did the Halloween sequels, the Legacy trilogy, was they just ignored everything after the first one, just continued after the first one.
Mhm.
If you went back in Friday the 13th, start like go back to like start off after Jason lives. Excuse me. So yeah, go back to like the ending of Jason Lives. Like start after that, or you can go and build off a final chapter.
Yeah. Because have more of Tommy and Jason.
Mm.
Because those two were. I mean, you only see that for 2 movies,
Yeah.
and you never hear of Tommy again,
No.
which is like.
Well, three. So 4, 5, and 6.
I don't count 5.
Yeah.
Sorry, 5 just gets like blocked from my memory sometimes.
What is? Oh, there was a 5th one.
It goes
I
4.
just skip
What comes after 4 and before 6? Well,
But yeah, the game. Rest in peace. As we know now that it's now going to be only supported
till the end of the year.
till the end of the year, and then what? No more online.
No, they're trying to serve it down.
So it'll just be It'll just be offline.
Yeah. You can't do anything.
Stupid. Oh, that's sad. Then they should be able to unlock everything. They should just let everything. They should release everything for it.
Well, they can't. They haven't make anything now.
Well, no, I mean like all the stuff that was like you had to pay for and shit like that, or like you had to unlock.
I think they
should just
are.
Are they? All the skins and stuff like that.
I think either they are free or insanely cheap.
That's like with the.
Well, the game's only like $1.
Yeah, I know. It's free to play on PSN and and Xbox Live and Switch.
Yeah.
Anyway, I digress.
Oh yeah, Halloween.
Halloween, folks. So yes, he did. John Carpenter did the score. He and Deborah Hill wrote the story. He got the idea from meeting this child. That was a complete psychopath. That he said had the devil's eyes, the blackest eyes, and yeah. So basically, movie opens up. You have the shot. Loomis and Nurse Marion Chambers are in the car. Well, no, sorry, I went to jump ahead. We start out with Judith.
All right, sorry about that. We had to pause there for a second. I was dying.
Just a little hiccup.
It was a big cough.
Big call. So the film opens up basically the night Michael kills his sister.
Yes. It's yeah, it's Halloween night. Yeah, 1963.
68.
It says 63.
Is it 63?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
You should. Wait, because it's 15 years later.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, 3 plus 8, 3
Yep.
plus 5.
Yep. You're right. I'm sorry.
Okay, anyways. Yeah, it's 63. It's Halloween night. Michael's 6.
He is 6 years old.
He that's I like this part because it's in this perspective of him.
Yes, the long POV.
Because you don't see what he looks like to the very end, and just him or somebody walking to a naked lady.
Well, he goes and gets the knife out.
Yeah,
of
you say
out of the kitchen drawer.
Goes to the kitchen drawer, pulls a knife out. He's like, oh,
a knife. It's not a knife. This is a knife.
And then he goes upstairs.
Yep.
To his sister's room. Of course, she's half naked.
Yes, her and her boyfriend got done having coitus, doing the sex.
He says following upstairs lovemaking.
Yes, following lovemaking. If you can call it that, he was only up there for like a minute. So Judith's boyfriend's not really strong in the bed game.
Okay, spoiler, not really spoiler. I'm like reading like a plot summary of this. This kind of says it kind of weird. It says with butcher knife following her upstairs, lovemaking in their house. Someone forgot a comma there.
Editors, please do your work.
This is like
edit your check your shit.
Okay, anyways.
So the camera, it shows him walking up to his sister and he stabs her. Michael. And he's just like, titty! And just starts going to town. And like a pumpkin on the front porch in October, he carved up his sister. Then you get the shot of his parents come home.
Yeah, he just like somehow just cuts to him outside.
Cuts to him, no, he's outside.
He's outside just...
Michael?
I know.
And I like how, like, as the camera pans out, he's just standing there, like with the blank look on his face, and he's just standing there with holding the knife, and the mom just put her hand in.
I know. She's like, Michael.
Not again. Not again.
My sister's gonna have to go through.
Yeah. Oh, God. And then that's it. Like, you hear nothing about his parents.
Yeah, that's his backstory.
Yeah. So that was the night he killed his sister. And then we jump 15 years later.
15 years. 1978.
1978. And it's it opens up on the night of October 30th.
Yes.
And Dr. Loomis is driving in the storm with Nurse Marion Chambers.
Yes.
Dr. Loomis, of course, played by Donald Pleasance, and Marion Chambers, I believe, is played by Nancy Stevens.
Yes, I want to say. It doesn't say.
I believe it's Nancy Steve. I believe in Harvey Dent.
It says something about Michael, but it doesn't say about her.
I know.
What the hell?
So
Anyways.
they're driving, picking him up, and I guess they're going to pick Michael up because he has a hearing.
Yeah. Well, he's being transferred.
That's right. He's being transferred to Litchfield.
Yeah, he's being transferred.
And
he's now 21.
He's now 21, and I guess like they're talking in the car about how the state wants to keep him locked up until he dies of old age, and he's like, that is the plan.
Mm-hmm.
Like Loomis, you can already tell like from the atmosphere, it's raining, stormy. You got the nice scenery, like you got the shots of like the rabbit red like matchbook, which doesn't play any part in this. We will get to 2007's Rob Zombie's Halloween. Mm-hmm. That'll be pretty fun. That'll be a fun ride.
I like that one.
Oh yeah. So they get as they're pulling up to the sanitarium. I love this shot. It's one of the shots that creeped me out when I was a kid. Is when the headlights go up and you see like the front like POV shot from inside the driver's point of view, and you see the field. The gates, and you just see the people in the gowns like wandering around in the storm.
It's very like they look like zombies.
Yeah, it's like very Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah, it is. I remember seeing it the first time. It was creepy.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, man. And then when Marion's just like, since when did they let him wander around? And he's like, go to the gate.
I know.
Go to the gate. Go to the gate. Cut. I said, go to the gate, John. Give me another shot of brandy. Or wine. Whatever you have. I'll drink it 6 times. I'll drink it. So, as she pulls up to the gate, Loomis gets out and goes to let her in. And as this happens, Michael jumps up onto the roof of the car.
Or somebody jumps up.
Somebody jumps up on the roof of the car.
That's a funny looking shot too.
It is. I like that little like noise, like the soundtrack to it, just like.
It's just the camera is. Yeah, the camera is facing to the back of the window. You see like a quick second just climbing on the thing. I'm like, boy, like
Tom Holland.
I know, for real. Tobey Maguire.
Andrew Garfield?
Nah, he's not there.
He's not there.
Speaking of Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man game's coming out.
I know. I can't wait. The trailer was dope.
I didn't see it yet.
It's awesome.
I got no money.
I almost got Jedi Survivor the other day, but then I decided against it. It's more of a need instead of a... Well, it's more of a want instead of a need.
It's more of a need instead of a want.
Yes, that too. I said what I said.
Okay, anyways.
So yeah, Nurse Marion realizes that a patient's up on the roof after that weird shot, and she like starts like driving because he like puts his hand through the open window and like grabs at her face, and she puts her foot on the gas and swerves out of the way of Loomis at the gate, and then just like kind of like does like a little like donut, and then she like the car stops, and then she like crawls to the passenger side, and then you see his hand come down from the top.
Yeah, he like comes out from the top and then just smacks the window. He doesn't punch, he smacks it.
Just smacks it, open palms with the wrench. If you notice people in 4K nowadays, you can see the infamous wrench of his just hanging out in his palm as he smacks the glass. But he breaks the glass, and then she like goes out the other side, and as she goes out the driver's side, the camera cuts to outside, and you see her scramble away from the car, and you see him drop down from the roof and get into the car and drive off.
Yeah.
And then Loomis comes running up. Are you all right? Are you all right? She's like, yeah, he's gone. The evil's gone. He's gone from here. The evil's gone.
Isn't that a good thing?
So he disappears off into the night,
Who told him how to drive?
Who taught him how to drive? We'll find out in our. It would be from this episode. It would be episode 12. Or no, not 12. Wow, geez, no.
What the fuck?
22. Episode 22 will be Curse of Michael Myers. We'll find out.
Yeah, we go back to episode 12, redo that one to that, and then
yeah, go back to episode 12.
I don't even know what episode 12 was for us. That was that Fred versus Jason?
No.
I can remember. I can find out.
12.
I don't. I should know. Granted, it was a long time ago. Oh.
The remake.
No.
Wasn't it?
No. It's when we did Jeepers Creepers.
Oh, Jeepers Creepers was 12?
Yeah.
Right on.
I forgot we did that. Go watch episode 12.
Good episode 12.
Go just watch them all.
Yeah, watch everything. Sorry, folks.
Granted, the first.
Keep diverging.
Well, the first 12. The first 12 episodes are old quality. Like,
yeah.
We have better. I think we did that 2 episodes ago. So Saul was our first episode that we did with the new mics.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Which I have noticed that because it actually does get more views than the other ones. Anyways, back to him driving away.
So yeah, he drives away, and then it goes to the next morning.
Yes.
You get that opening shot of the beautiful town.
Haddonfield,
Illinois.
The real town.
October 31st. Haddonfield?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
There's one in Illinois and one in New Jersey.
What the fuck? That'd be a completely different movie.
Yeah. Oh shit, it's Michael Myers.
Oh wow, Jason's just Crystal Lake. He's in Haddonfield.
Haddonfield, Jersey, Crystal Lake.
We're finally get Michael.
Freddy's just right across
finally get
the
the Shape versus Jason.
Yeah. Woodsboro's like a mile away. Who's doing these damn zoning laws, man?
I knew it. New Jersey, the evilest place in the world.
So you get
Open.
opens up to Laurie Strode leaving her house.
Yes.
And she's dropping off a key that her father's trying dropping off her dad gives her dad gives her a key and a key gives her a key and to a house which is the Myers house that he's trying to sell because her dad is a real estate agent.
Okay.
It's his profession.
I know there's some sort of like major plot twist.
That's what he does. Yeah, dun dun dun. At the end of all this, somebody in the comments is gonna be like, "So did they ever sell the house?
Did they?
Did the house ever sell?" As you will see in Halloween Kills, eventually.
Oh yeah. It's also a lot bigger.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, a lot bigger too.
He's a realtor, and Saul Trumpet starts playing.
Yes. Big John, Little John. Yeah. Little John.
Hey, those were funny ass characters. I like
They
those.
were. They were awesome.
Also, because my name is John.
We'll talk about them then.
We'll get to them eventually.
I have this knife. So yeah, Laurie's dropping a key off at the Myers house for her father, who intends to sell the property. And Michael notices her when she drops the key off. But as she's dropping the key off, we meet little Tommy Doyle.
Tiny Tommy Doyle.
Tommy Doyle, played by Brian Andrews, who is no longer an actor, I don't think.
Oh.
Just regular dude doing his thing.
So, Tommy Kills his last movie.
What's that?
Tommy Kills his last movie.
No, the original actor for Tommy didn't come back for him. That was Tommy and Kills was Anthony Michael Hall.
Oh, I didn't know. I don't know names very well.
Evil Dies Tonight.
I don't know, bro. You killed the wrong person.
So yeah, so she dropped.
Not every insane dude is Michael Myers.
Yeah. We see Tommy Doyle, and Tommy Doyle goes up, tells Laurie, "So what are you doing tonight? Like, what are we doing tonight?" Because it's revealed that she is babysitting him.
Yes.
On Halloween.
Stupid bowl haircut.
Yeah. They're going to Club Pumpkin, and he says, "What are you doing?" And she goes, "Oh, I got to drop this key off to the at the Myers house for my dad." He goes, "You can't go. That's the haunted house.
That's where the boogeyman lives."
That's right. That's where he says, "Lonnie Elam says it's haunted." And she's like, "Well, Lonnie Elam probably won't make it out of the 6th grade."
Burn.
But then Lonnie Elam has a weird arc and kills. He has like a weird come around. But he does. He's Cameron's dad.
Oh, fucking. You would think I remember this shit, but.
I don't remember this shit.
I don't. I honestly, I have terrible memory for certain things.
So, as she drops the key off, then you have that shot of like him standing behind the closed door on the inside, and she's like walking away with Tom. And it has that little musical sting where it's like, din.
You hear the breathing.
Hear him breathing through the mask. Dirty motherfucker. And then it cuts to Loomis coming out of Smith's Grove with with Dr. Wynn.
Yeah.
And telling him about like the escape and stuff like that. He goes, "We're going to set up like bulletin and roadblocks and stuff like that." He goes, "Oh, roadblock and bulletin wouldn't stop a 5-year-old." He goes, "You call the state, you tell him exactly where he's going." And he goes, "Where's he going?" And he goes, "Haddonfield." And he goes, "Haddonfield's like miles away." And he goes, "He can't even drive." He goes, "He was doing very well last night. Somebody around here was giving him lessons." Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. And Loomis leaves. Then, of course, cuts back to, I believe, Laurie is sitting in class.
Yeah, that seems funny. Well,
and
not really funny, but
she just looks out the window and just sees our good old boy Mike.
Homeboy just sitting, like, I know it's Halloween, but nowadays that shit won't fly.
No. You're chilling in school, you look out the window, you see a dude in a white mask, what are you going to do? Plus, you have a cell phone.
Yeah.
You could just, like, can you imagine that scene today? Like,
not even have a cell phone, just be like, "Hey, someone's staring at me."
Yeah. Just you raise your fucking hand or, like, cause a scene or something. Like, damn. He would have to get back in that station wagon and drive away.
That says Smith Grove on it.
Nobody fucking can read in Haddonfield. Gosh.
Wasn't there a light? Was there like a siren on that? Not a siren. Was there a light on that?
It had a cab light, yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe like a security beacon light for some reason. That's weird. Yeah, I don't know. I think in one shot it does, but then you don't see it again.
I finally had to find it.
I don't know. If Michael used that, man, that'd be awesome. See
that? Him driving away when he steals the first time, just like steals it and just like at the very end you see him turn on.
He gets in the car.
He's just driving away. He's like, "Oh shit," and he flips it on and just goes. Loomis is like, "The fuck?"
Laurie's just like, "There's somebody outside." And the teacher's just like, "Oh, that's Mr. Myers. He's the custodian." And she like looks back. You just see like the mask hanging out of his back pocket, and he's just like raking the leaves out front.
That's that video.
Oh yeah, he just like keeps doing like sit outside her window.
Yeah.
So yeah, she sees him standing outside her classroom window, and then she like looks away, and then looks back. After answering the question, she answers the question. The teacher like calls her back from like looking at him.
Yeah, she like answers it perfectly.
Yeah, and then she like answers the question that the teacher was talking about in the lesson, and then she like turns to look out the window again, and he's gone.
He's gone. I mean,
he's gone.
He's very fast.
He's gone from here. The evil's gone.
The car's not that fast.
Car's not that fast now. Well, he's like trying to like. It cuts back, and he's just like in the car, like. Like, fuck, flipping out, like beating on the fucking wheel and shit.
We're
Like,
not
looking at
gas
her
or something.
like. But no, if it was today, like filmed today, man, like she'd be sitting in class, you'd see him standing there, and she would just go,
For real.
or like take a picture and then post it on Facebook. Weird guy stalking me. LOL.
Got your ass.
This guy's doing whiteface.
That's not a thing.
Shat mask. Hashtag shat mask.
Oh my god.
Then everybody's looking on the Haddonfield like Facebook website. Like, imagine now if this was in this day and age. There's like a bulletin and shit, and somebody like leaves a comment under the picture like Ben Tramer and that stupid mask.
Fucking god.
Fucking Ben Tramer. We'll get to that in the next episode. the tragedy that is.
Tragedy of poor
the
Ben.
tragedy of Ben Tramer. Benjamin Tramer. Rest in peace. Somewhere out there, there's fan fiction.
Please don't. I don't need that in my head.
I don't need that.
You said it.
Though. He has like a family.
Shut up.
So,
anyways,
after she notices the shape, and then he's not there anymore, she looks back at her books, and then I believe that it cuts back to Loomis again.
Yeah,
at the phone booth.
Yeah, because he's talking to is he talking to the sheriff?
Yes, he's trying to get a hold of the sheriff of Haddonfield, trying to warn them. Trying to warn the town of Haddonfield.
Yeah. And he's like talking. And then how does he notice? He notices the truck.
He sees the truck, but then he also sees the rabbit and red matchbook. Well, that's in the truck. He notices the gown.
That's right. He notices the gown.
And then he goes to the truck, and then he sees the matchbook from the car.
Yeah.
And then he's like, okay. So then, as he like,
his reaction.
Yeah, his reaction is just like, son of a bitch, I'm on him.
His reaction was, just no fucking nonchalant about it.
I knew this would happen. So then he runs off, but then the camera like backs off of him, and then like pans over to the right, and then you see like just beyond where Loomis found the nightgown, there is a naked tow truck driver.
Like just naked beyond mechanic. Too.
Yeah.
Because it was like if you like looked over the bush, he's like, oh, no, he just has no object permanence at all.
Yeah. I like how he had restraint. Michael had restraint in this killing. He didn't take the tow truck. He stuck with the discreet station wagon.
Discreet.
He stuck with the mental institutions. It has the seal on the side. Yeah.
Well, maybe he didn't know how to drive stick shift.
Okay, that's true. And he's just like, I ain't towing shit. I'm already towing anger. 15 years of rage, baby. I'm driving the Sportster. Gets in the fucking station.
Sounds like a fucking story of Rob Zombie song.
Yeah.
Or he sounds like started Black Sunshine.
Puts on Tulane Blacktop. Starts fucking driving.
For Black Sunshine.
Yeah.
Is that Rob Zombie? Or White Zombie?
White Zombie.
Is that White Zombie?
I believe so.
I think Guitar Hero is on.
Oh yeah. So yeah, he notices. So it goes back to Tommy leaving school.
Yeah, because he's carrying a pumpkin.
He's carrying a pumpkin that he carved in class, and those kids are teasing it. Lonnie Elam and his friends are teasing him about
Lonnie and the gang.
The boogeyman. Telling him about the boogeyman's coming.
Yeah, boogeyman.
Don't you know what happens on Halloween? Yeah, we get candy.
And Tommy's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, leave me alone. Spits on him. Just fucking shanks him. Michael's
like, oh shit.
Michael's at the fence like, just fucking slow clapping. So like Tommy goes to leave him, and they trip him, and he falls on his pumpkin.
I could just see that happening. Just Lonnie just fucking stabs him. Michael's like, Oh fuck.
Oh damn. Oh, I'm not the only one. Okay. All right. I guess I don't. All right.
Guess it's just this town then.
He just takes off the mask, hands it to Lonnie. Like, all right. Here you go. Hands him the knife. There you go.
Behold, new Corey.
New Corey. Corey Cunningham. Oh Jesus. How one adult male took on teen bullies and won.
It's the most stupid fucking awesome I've ever heard.
Yes. So,
That'll be our last episode, by the way.
huh?
That'll be our last episode
It
of
will
Halloween.
be, yes. Yes, our last episode of Halloween will be
Thank
Halloween.
God it's far enough away.
It is. So, he smashes his pumpkin after being tripped, and then the bullies kind of take off.
Smash your pumpkins.
The one kid goes to like run. He like bumps into Michael.
Yeah, Michael's like grabs him too. He's like,
yeah, Michael just grabs him by the shoulders, and then it just starts playing the theme song.
I'm like, what are you gonna do to that kid?
And the kid just stares at him, and then just fucking books it the other way. It's like, dude, you don't know how lucky you were.
You're lucky you're not a main character.
Kid watches the news tonight, like,
I know.
Mom, I ran into him. Yeah, whatever. Go brush your teeth and go to bed. Kid's
Mom,
like shaking the whole night, like, she doesn't fucking believe me.
I'm not a main character.
Yeah.
Well, you survived. Yeah, that's good.
That's alright. Yeah, nobody hears from you again. Night, Mom. So yeah, then Tommy, distraught and without Pumpkin, goes to walk across the field, and Michael's just walking along a chain link fence, like
not far behind him either.
Yeah, just clearly following this kid.
Like, this is clear.
Running his fingers like along the fence too as he's walking. Like, you notice that?
You know, like the thing from like Gladiator.
Yeah, it's like. So yeah, then it shows the shot of Michael getting into the station wagon.
Yeah, just gets in and just starts following again.
And driving. And then like he's like slowly driving up on Tommy and then goes around the corner. And then we cut to, I believe, the girls.
Yeah, because they're walking home.
Yes, we're introduced to Lori and her friend. Well, we're already introduced to Lori, but we're introduced to her friends Annie Brackett and Linda Vanderklok. Annie Brackett played by Nancy Loomis.
Mm-hmm.
And Linda Vanderklok playing PJ Souls, who is most famous for such movies as Carrie, and she was also in Rock and Roll High School.
She was in Carrie?
Yes, she was one of the main bullies.
Oh.
I believe she played John Travolta's girlfriend in that movie.
I never actually seen Carrie.
No? Oh, dude, we have to. That's a good one.
I mean, I know the scene, the famous scene.
Yeah. They're all gonna laugh at you. So, her friends and her talking about like just like what they're doing that night, and I guess Annie is babysitting Lindsay Wallace, Lori's babysitting Tommy Doyle, and Linda is going off with her boyfriend Bob.
Mm-hmm.
And as Linda heads off, splits up from them, her and Annie are walking. Well, no, before they split up, they're walking, and all of a sudden the station wagon drives by and like slows down, and then he's like staring at them. And that's when I think Linda goes, "Hey, isn't that Devon Graham?" And then Annie goes, "Hey, jerk, speed kills." And then he slams on the brakes and like just stops. And Lori's like, "You know, someday your mouth's gonna get us all in big trouble."
Well, today's that day.
Yeah, today's that day, bitch. Now see you later. Then he just peels off. No, he just
never seen him again.
He just after he stops, he just like starts driving off again, and Linda's like, "All right, guys, well, I'll see you later," and she kind of fucks off. And Lori and Annie are walking, and as they're walking, Annie's rummaging through her bag as they're talking. And Lori looks and she sees Michael standing like right there behind this like hedge.
Famous shot of him just standing there.
Yes. The famous shot of him standing behind the hedge. And as she looks, like he just slowly walks back behind the hedge.
He's like, "See you, bitch."
bye, bitch. Just does the
He
electric,
goes like,
just does the electric slide, like, or he takes one of his hands and just goes like this.
does that fucking eye thing, like,
Does like a Michael
see
Jackson
you.
kick, spin, fucking moonwalk back behind. Ow! Michael! Ow! Shimon!
I just see him just like look at her and just fucking trips. Fuck.
She like looks at Annie. Annie, look, and then like she looks back at Jason standing there instead of like, oh, and just like takes off.
Let's go shit one. Oh shit. Looks back. Chucky's there.
Yeah. What? So she's like, Annie, look, and Annie like stops from looking in her bag and she looks up and she doesn't see anybody standing there and she goes, what? He goes, the man, the one earlier from the car that you yelled at. She's like, he's standing behind the bushes and she's like, oh, real subtle, isn't he? And Annie goes rushing up to the hedges and then she goes, hey, Lori, he wants to talk to you. He thinks you're really cute. And she like starts walking up. And
I think you believe her?
Yeah. She's like twirling her hair, just walks up to Andy, and then there's nobody standing there.
Yeah.
And she goes, he was standing right there. And she goes, poor Lori, scared another one away.
Real talk. He walked pretty fast to get away from there.
He did, yeah, because if you look, it just cuts down the line like in between a house and a hedgerow.
Yeah, it's just
So,
a
like,
straight line.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty far distance.
He just fucking books it.
and like Andy like got there like pretty fast as well.
Lifts up his mask. He's like,
I don't wear this thing.
Looks around the corner of the house like.
You get better ventilation from this mask.
Yeah, bro, I gotta cut my nose out. Cut the mouth off.
And like I've dressed up as Michael Myers, and that mask is not that.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, same. Last year for that haunt. Oh my god, I had to like keep like in between like runs. Yeah. I had to keep like pulling it up and just going, oh my god, then pulling it down. All right, let's do this.
Let's get this bread.
So yeah, Lori and Annie are still walking, and then Annie goes home and says, all right, I'll pick you up. I'll pick you up later. All right, I'll see you later. Bye. And then she's walking off, and then Lori sings, I wish I had you all alone. And like as she's walking by, you just see like Michael like from behind her, like walking. Like she's walking away and he's just standing behind watching her. And as she's walking, she like turns around, there's like nobody there.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden she bumps into Sheriff Brackett.
Yeah. Jump scare by the
Played
sheriff.
by Charles Cyphers. He's just like, hey, Lori. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Brackett. And he goes, hey, it's Halloween. Everyone's entitled to one good scare. Keep that in mind for later. It's much later.
So dumb.
Waits every 40 years to say that fucking line. Every 40 years he says it.
And then doesn't cut to Loomis coming back in the graveyard.
Yes.
Yeah, it goes to him in the graveyard. He's talking to
the caretaker.
Because they're trying to. Because Loomis knows where Michael's at, and he wants to go see the grave of Judith, which is his sister.
Yes.
Michael's sister, not Loomis's.
Yeah.
And the caretaker's like, God damn it, those damn kids again. Store tombstone. Store Judith's tombstone. Brother, these are fucking heavy.
Yeah.
They're solid like stone.
Tombstone's gone.
So Michael was jacked.
Yeah. You told me a man just picked it up and walked away.
For real.
But he's just like, yeah. He goes, whose grave is this? And he's like, row A, whatever, 19. He's like, Judith Myers. And then Loomis is just like, he came home.
He came home?
I'm like, came home.
You're not going to question that this dude's super strong?
Yeah.
We haven't been feeding him.
Yeah, seriously. What do they give him at Smith's Grove? Creatine and driving lessons.
Instead of just like standing there, he's just like kind of just working out all the time.
Clanging and banging.
He's in the yard just running and lifting weights. Like no one's gonna like question that.
He started doing it at 6 years old. I got 15 years. 15 years. Who says you're getting out?
Me.
I got 15 years. Years later, my doctor will shoot me 6 times. So yes, find that Judith's tombstone's missing, and then I think it goes back to Lori in her house.
Where does it go to? Does he go to Sheriff Brackett next?
Does he?
I think so. 'Cause I think he goes to the Myers house. No, he goes to Brackett.
Yeah, he meets. Oh, that's right. He does. He goes to meet up with Sheriff Brackett, and they're outside of the department store, or the
Yeah, because that's no, that's after. Yeah, that's after.
Oh, okay.
Because that's when. Alright, that's when you force what? What are you doing?
Oh, I'm having Kate quietly bring me a drink. Thank you, love. So yeah. So wait, it goes. He goes.
Because that's when they're driving. That's when they're driving. Because it.
Well, no, that's when the girls.
Yeah, that's when
later.
the girls. Yeah, so that's why he's not at the department store. That's when he goes to the store. So they go to the Myers house first.
No, but Brackett and Loomis meet out. Loomis at first meets Brackett outside the hardware store that was broken into, and that's when Myers drives behind him in the wagon. That happens before Lori gets picked up.
Oh, I thought that was after.
That happens before.
Okay,
Annie,
I thought that was after.
But you're right though. He goes to the department store, meets Sheriff Brackett, and then he's standing there on the sidewalk, and literally Michael just drives right
behind them in the same car.
Like meep meep. There's my doctor.
If Loomis just turns around like,
the fuck, hey!
There can't be 2 of them here.
I said stop, stop. I told him to stop 6 times.
Yeah.
Another car pulls up. Meep meep. Loomis looks. What? Are there any bears? Get the hell out of Haddonfield. You don't know what bears are. You don't know what death is. So yeah, he goes, as he drives off, Loomis doesn't notice it, and then it goes back to
where?
Lori's getting into Annie's car.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's when they smoked a reefer.
That's right.
Just casually.
Sheriff's daughter smoking the reefer.
Smoking the doobie.
So
the world's tiniest joint too.
Annie's picking Lori up. Yeah, the world's tiny. Yeah, seriously, it was. It lasted all night. Well, like the whole car ride. So here's another thing too. So Lori gets picked up by Annie. Okay, earlier in the film. All right, let's go back to where we started this. Lori walks from her house to the Myers house, right?
Yes.
Who does she meet along the way?
Tommy.
So she can walk.
Yes.
To Tommy's. Tommy's got to be on the way. But then later, they have to drive.
So the opposite side of town.
They have to drive because it's dark by the time.
They leave it. It's daytime, and it's just dark. It's like 4 hours later.
Yeah. So they're driving. Annie's smoking, and she's passed a joint to Lori, and they're talking about babysitting, and Lori's babysitting Tommy, Annie's babysitting Lindsay. But then she tells her about how she wants to go out with Paul.
Did we skip a major part of the movie?
The part there is a part that we did skip where Lori's in her room.
Yeah, we skipped that.
And she looks out of her window,
And then she gets that phone call. Yeah.
Yeah, she gets the phone call from her friend. Yeah, we did skip that part. Sorry, folks. But
I was just I was like thinking about we can please skip that part. We do that a lot, by the way.
People are probably like listening, like, hey, assholes, you guys forgot a fucking part.
We do that a lot. I can't remember when we did that, but we skipped like half the movie one time by accident.
I think you're right. You're right.
We were like, then this happened. Like, wait.
Oh wait. Hey, wait a minute. So yeah, we did skip the part where she does get a phone call from Annie, and then sees the shape outside of her bedroom window, standing at the laundry line.
Yeah.
Segue. Sorry.
Back to. No, we got that part down.
Got that part down.
We didn't say we were coherent.
Yeah.
Viewers,
We at least got each other to fall back on, and like pull each other up.
I thought about it, I'm like,
hey, wait a second. So the girls are driving, and they see Sheriff Brackett at the.
Yeah, she's like, oh shit, my dad.
Oh shit, my dad. And they roll down the window. They're coughing. They're like trying to wave the smoke away. They put the joint down. He fucking leans
in the car
into the car when he says, "Hey, girls," and they're like, "Hey, Dad. Hi, Sheriff Brackett." And she goes, "What happened?" And he goes, some kids broke into the hardware store. Nothing important was taken. Just stole some knives, a mask, and length of rope."
Knives, mask, name tag that says Michael.
Name tag says Michael. Oh yeah, and there was poop on the floor. We don't think it was the perp.
In the bathroom, it just spelled out Art the Clown and poo.
Yeah. Made his peepers today.
Oh, Terrifiers.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
It did some Captain Howdy's.
That was a good movie.
Oh yeah.
It was weird.
But so
what were we talking about?
Annie was just Sheriff Brackett's telling Annie what happened.
Oh yeah, he leans in the car. You can't like. I never smoked weed before, but like I've been to many concerts.
Yes.
I know what it smells like.
Yes. Yes.
That shit ain't fucking.
It is potent.
It's very potent. I've been to Rob Zombie concerts. I know what it smells like.
Dude, yeah, that was potent. That whole, yeah, that was insane. So yeah, then he's like, "Aren't you gonna be late?" And she's like, "What?" And then the alarm finally stops going off from the department store.
Yeah.
And said, "Aren't you gonna be late?" And she's like, "Yeah." He shouts, and they go to drive off, and as they're driving, they're actually being followed by Michael.
Yeah. Turn around, Sheriff. The second time this happened.
Turn around.
Speaking of weed, fucking last night at my concert, I got offered a weed pen.
Oh, nice.
I'm like, I can't.
I can't.
I mean, first of all, I don't even know who the hell you are.
Yeah, I don't even know what's in this.
She like, it was some girl. She like, handed me. She like looked at me. I'm like, no. She's like, oh, okay. I'm like,
oh no, fine, more for me. Fine. She just falls.
Hey, what the hell? Why are you allowed to bring that in the concert?
Anyway.
Yeah,
Anyway. So Myers is following them to their respective locations. Lori gets dropped off at Tommy's, and then Annie just drives a little. She's literally right across the street, adjacent from the Doyle house.
Yeah. So, for plot reasons.
For plot reasons. And then I believe as they arrive there, doesn't it cut to Loomis again?
I think so, because they're at the Myers house by then. Aren't they? You can see waits for him.
Oh, that's right.
Trying to find the dog.
They go to the Myers house, and it's empty.
Yeah.
And then he even says they find the carcass of a German Shepherd.
Yeah. He got hungry.
He got hungry.
Bro,
And then as they're investigating the Myers house, like that's where Loomis like tells like Brackett like pretty much like I've watched him for 15 years and like he was he had everybody fooled. Like he was the perfect patient. He didn't talk. He didn't move. Like didn't do anything. He just sat and stared.
Yeah.
Like and he's just like he's waited for this night. And I hate how like they're just like you let him out. Like he's like no, I didn't. I tried to have him restrained.
Yeah.
But Brackett, of course, is like doubtful of Loomis's claims. But then I think Brackett leaves Loomis. Loomis says, "Go ahead and go ahead.
Go away from him.
Don't call out a bulletin because he's like, if you do that, then they'll look for him in every in every backyard. They'll see him in every corner. Like you'll create a panic. Don't do that. Like everything that happens in kills.
Yeah.
So he stays behind at the Loomis house to like wait for Michael to come back.
Mm-hmm.
And so Brackett's out on the streets looking for him. So then as this is happening, it goes back to, I believe, Annie is watching Lindsay.
Yeah.
And Lindsay's just sitting in front of the TV watching like the horror movie shit.
Yeah, she's watching.
Just watching the horror movie marathon. I think she's watching the thing from outer space. Or It Came from Outer Space or something like that.
Yeah, It Came from Outer Space.
I think. Don't hold me to that.
I think you're right.
But as she's watching TV, Annie's on the phone with Paul. No, not with Paul. She's on the phone with Lori.
Yeah.
She calls Lori and is talking about how Paul and her are going to get together. And
he found a way to get out of
he found a way of getting out of being grounded.
Yeah. Which is like kind of shitty on the parents because like your kid, you just grounded your kid.
Yeah.
And then you go away for the weekend.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, bro, what do you expect?
No, you're
better be good.
We're going away. You better not leave this house, mister. Yeah, I won't.
Better not be killed.
Yeah. We'll see you on Monday. Shaking their head now. So as Andy's on the phone with Lori, and Lori's in the process of carving the pumpkin with Tommy,
mm-hmm.
Andy's making popcorn, and Michael's watching her from outside the window, but she doesn't notice it. And then at first, like, he hits a planter, and then, like, it falls, and then she, like, looks, and then he's not there anymore. And then she, I believe, she's on the phone. Oh, Lester comes in, the family dog, and, like, starts barking at her. And then, she lets him outside, and then as he goes outside, she's still on the phone with Lori, but he keeps barking.
Yeah.
And he turns out like he's barking at Myers, like he's right there next to Michael, just standing there barking at him. And Lori's just Annie and Lori are still talking on the phone about it, and Annie's just like, "Oh, I'm gonna fix it up so you can go out with Ben Tramer." And Lori's like, "Oh, okay, whatever." And then you just hear the dog yelp, and stop barking.
You're like, oh.
And then it cuts to the scene of like you just see the dog's legs just slip.
I know. I'm like, I didn't need to see that, man.
Yeah, it was really cool how they shot that. So like dogs, when you go to pick them up, their natural instinct is they go limp.
Oh.
So what they did was the actor playing Michael just picked the German Shepherd up and then they just slowed it down.
Oh, that's cool.
They recorded it and then just slowed it down to make it look like the dog was slowly dying.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I don't promote animal violence. I think it's fucked up. Anybody who kills animals is a piece of shit, unless you're a hunter. Then you get paid for it. But don't kill cats and dogs.
You're a hunter, but doesn't get paid. I'm a hunter, I don't get paid for it.
Unless you're a trophy hunter or you go fishing. Don't kill domesticated fucking animals. Alright? I'll find you.
We're not even a trophy hunter. Don't kill an animal just for the trophy.
Yeah, don't be a Meyer. Don't be an Oscar Mayer wiener. Sponsored by Oscar Mayer wiener.
No. I'm probably have a head mount in my house soon. I'm a 12-pointer shot.
Nice.
Anyways, self-plug. I shot a 12-point this year.
Hell yeah. Year. Hell yeah, you did.
Or last year.
So.
The fuck are we talking about?
Michael killed the shepherd. And then it cuts to Annie. She spills butter on her shirt and she gets off the phone with Lori. And
she makes popcorn.
Yes. And she goes out to the laundry room.
Which is detached from the house right now.
Yeah.
Because they're rich white people.
Back in the day, outside in the garage.
For real.
So she's out in the laundry room, and it goes back to Lori, and she's sitting there with Tommy, and I believe Tommy's like pestering her about the boogeyman.
Yeah.
And she's just like, "There's no such thing. There's no such thing." He's like, "But there is, bitch. I'm fucking telling you. I'm telling you. It's real.
Real.
It's real.
Find out soon enough."
Fine, you don't believe me? Fine, bitch. But she tells him that Lindsay's coming over and that they can watch, TV or whatever. And
Tommy's like, "Oh."
While she was on the phone with Annie earlier, I forgot to mention, is when Tommy first sees the shape outside the house.
Yeah, because he sees him walking around the house.
Mm-hmm.
That's when he freaks out about the boogeyman.
Yeah, he's like, "Boy, I see something outside." She's like, "What, Tommy?" He's like, "There's a boogeyman. He's outside." Yeah. And she's like, "I don't see anything." He's
annoying.
Like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, Tommy's a little annoying.
Yeah.
Like, I get it, he's a kid, but like,
"Boy, the boogeyman's fucking outside. Look, damn it. We have fucking 6 windows. Use them. Get off the phone." Run up my parents' bill.
Yes, why not?
She lives across the street. Get out the window.
Well, it's nighttime.
Yeah.
Just 3 minutes.
Yeah, true. It's after 9.
It's a landline, so.
Oh, yeah, anyway, it's free.
I only had cell phones in 78.
Nope.
I know.
Not until like 85.
Yeah, the big fuckers.
The big side pieces. So, Annie Lori
so
is once again talking to Tommy, and then it cuts to Loomis back at the Myers house.
Yeah.
And I believe he's like standing outside like the bushes, and that's when the kids show up. Lonnie Elam and his friends. And they're like, "Go ahead, Lonnie, go inside. I dare you." And he's like up on the porch, and then Loomis,
the fuck is that?
"Lonnie, get your ass away from there."
Oh yeah. Like, they piece the fuck out.
Just book it. And then I love that shot of like Loomis just smiling.
I know, he's all like
so proud of himself. Like, yeah, fuck them kids. And then he turns around, and then I think Brackett's there. And he's like, "What is it?" And he goes, "They have a break-in at the school. They think it's him."
Oh, that's right. That's cool.
Yes. I thought it was.
That's cool.
Who bumps into Loomis? Doesn't somebody bump into Loomis after he scares Lonnie?
Oh, I believe you. I just don't know.
I think so. Maybe not.
We should have watched the movie before.
Yeah. But yeah. Yeah.
Because this stuff happens. It's just we're saying it out of order.
Yeah, it does. It do be like that sometimes.
Yeah.
But no. So after he tells them to get away from there, or whatever, it goes back to Annie, and she's in the laundry room, and she gets stuck.
Yeah.
And
the door gets stuck.
The door closes, and she's like locked in, and then she tries to go out the window. And then she gets stuck in the window, and then the phone rings, and it goes back in, and it shows Lindsay.
Yeah.
And she answers the phone. She goes, "Yeah, I'll get her." And it's Paul. And she goes out, and she finds her stuck in the window, and she helps her, and she's like, "Don't tell anybody about this." She's like, "I promise." Then she goes back in the house, picks up the phone. She goes, she was stuck in the laundry room. And she's like, thanks.
Bitch.
And then she talks to Paul, and then she's like, okay, we'll go out. And as she's on the phone with Paul, she's like walking back and forth, and then you just see Michael standing in the doorway behind her.
Yeah.
I love that shot.
Dude, fucking, like, have you not seen
How do you, yeah, seriously. Hey, Mike. Always feels like somebody watching me. So, I guess Paul and Annie are planning to hook up and go out. So Annie calls Lori and sets it up that she's gonna bring Lindsay over.
Yeah.
And Lori's gonna watch Lindsay and Tommy. So Annie and Lindsay are leaving the house, and they're walking. And I love the shot where like you just see them walking off. They leave the porch and they go to walk across the street, and they pass the station wagon, and then he just stands up.
Yeah.
Like just stands up into the shot, and it's like he's fucking right there. Like turn around. He is right there. Damn, you suck as a babysitter, Annie. I would not pay you. Shit. So Annie drops Lindsay off with Lori at the door of the house, and then she goes back to the house, and she's goes to the car that's in the garage, but then realizes she doesn't have the keys.
Yeah.
So then she goes back inside, and then when she comes back, she goes back inside, grabs the keys, and then goes back out to the garage. She opens the door.
Yeah.
Like it's unlocked now.
Yeah.
She doesn't realize it. She like stops for a second, like
she's thinking about it.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, what the fuck?
Then she gets in the car and then closes the door, and then I like how like it's all like steamy. It's like all fogged up on the inside.
Yeah.
And then
she like starts wiping the window.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you dumb fucking bitch. Like, you're not.
For real. Doesn't even. She's just like wiping it. Doesn't even bother to start the car or nothing. Fucking put the deep raw. Like the. Seriously, just unclog that shit.
I didn't even have that back then.
Yeah, true.
I don't know.
True. They had to wait. Just roll the windows down. So and then Michael appears in the back seat and starts strangling her.
Yeah, that scene. That scene actually stuck with me for a while because this movie is such a low budget movie, but they added that kill was obvious, so you can definitely tell. Like the knife was just like, but there's like no blood. It's not gore or anything. It's suspenseful as hell.
Yeah.
That's what this whole this movie doesn't have a lot of like any gore to it at all.
There's no blood
besides the dog, but
yeah. But other than that, there's like nothing.
There's no like on-screen or there's on-screen deaths, but there's no gore.
Yes, there's.
So that just shows you that you don't need gore for a good fucking movie.
It's true. The less you see is what's scarier to the audience. Because it's left to the imagination. Mm-hmm. Kind of like Jaws. That's what worked for it. So yeah, Michael kills Annie. And then I believe...
Yeah, and then her head falls on the horn.
Yes. And then
Lori's like, the fuck, man, and goes away. She's like, okay, never mind.
Yeah, never mind. The horn stops, and then
suspicious.
Lindsay and Tommy are watching TV, and like Tommy like gets up off the couch and like to hide like from Lindsay to scare her. Yeah. And he goes behind the curtain of the window. Lindsay. And she's like looking around like, Tommy. And he like turns around, looks out the window, and he sees Michael coming around the house carrying Annie's body.
Yeah.
And going into the house and then closing the door. And then he backs up.
He like freaks out.
Backs up into Lindsay, and then they both scream, and then he's like, Lori, the boogeyman's outside. The boogeyman's outside. And she's like, knock it off. She's like, there's nobody out there. Knock it off. You're scaring Lindsay.
Yeah.
And he's like, nobody believes me. And then like he goes to sit back down. Lindsay sits back down next to him. She's like, I believe you, Tommy. And Lori's just like, fuck you kids. Like, fuck y'all. Like just, I'm gonna stand here, play the babysitter in my smock. Little bastard.
The actual lines. Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you. Tommy Doyle, 1978. Fuck you.
Yeah.
So yeah, that happens. And Lori ends up getting a call from Linda.
Yeah.
And Linda's with her boyfriend Bob and asks about Annie. And she says that they're not home. So then they're like, okay, let's go to the Wallace's house.
Just cause. Yeah.
Just because. So then she tells Paul that they have the whole house to themselves, so they go in there and go into a random house, and just start making out wherever. And I like how when Bob and Linda go into the Wallace house and they start making out on the couch, the camera backs up again, and you just see like Michael's back, like the back of Michael, like just standing in the doorway watching. I'm like, you fucking pervert.
Fucking put a little cut card there.
I'm Cockblock Myers. How you doing?
Bro.
I see what you're doing.
Now you're just doing Jason's thing.
Yeah,
this movie came out before that, but
this oddly looks familiar.
From 2 years in the future.
No, wrong movie. Sorry, wrong set. Sorry, Mike. Michael. Call me. So they're having sex, Bob and Linda, and Lori calls to check and see, like, get a hold of Annie, and she's like, Linda, hey, and she's like, hey, no, Annie's not here. I haven't seen her. And she goes, well, I called because I need to know what time to put Lindsay to bed.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, she's not here. And then she's like, okay. So then Lori puts the kids to bed.
Yeah.
And then
excuse me.
Bless you. Lori puts the kids to bed, and then she's like looking out. She's like trying to call Annie, and there's no.
She can hear the phone ringing from.
Yeah, she can hear the phone ringing from.
That's a loud ass phone.
Yeah. So after Bob and Linda, it cuts back after she puts the kids to bed. It cuts back to Bob and Linda finishing like coitus, and they're smoking a cigarette in bed, and then Linda's like, "Go get me a beer." Bob's like, "All right, fine." He goes downstairs to get a beer.
Just not only do you have sex in someone else's bed, you steal their alcohol.
You steal their alcohol.
That's messed up.
70s. Well, I think he brought his own 6-pack.
Did he?
I think, and then I think he put it in the fridge. I don't know, or maybe he is drinking somebody else's beer. Fuck Bob. So Bob goes downstairs and he gets the beer and
I'm really angry at Bob for a second.
Yeah, fuck Bob. Tommy just peers in the door. Hey, fuck you! Runs back over across the street, gets back in bed. My job's done. Are there any bears? Hey, fuck you!
Fuck out of here, wrong franchise.
Yeah, wrong franchise. Fuck out of here. It's my town. Haddonfield. Born and raised.
We're the only two people that can make Tommy Doyle into a fucking asshole.
Tommy Doyle versus Tommy Jarvis.
Bro.
How much prep time does Tommy Jarvis get? So Bob's downstairs getting the beer and stuff, and then he like doesn't he hear like a noise or something like that?
I think so.
And then he's like, hello, and then he like checks he opens up the one door and there's nothing there, and then he closes it, and then he turns around and goes to the second door. And then right before he goes to open it, it just opens up, and Michael just fucking pushes it, like...
He fucking, like, grabs him,
pushes him up against the wall, and then just, like, holds the knife up.
It's the most famous kill.
Stabs Bob right through the chest, and then pins him to the wall.
For some reason, just have to copy in every single fucking movie.
It does, yeah. The head tilt. It only worked in the first fucking movie.
Did not work in Kills. I mean,
and
did he even do any Kills?
He did.
It didn't work in fucking and it definitely didn't work in.
No. But the head tilt only worked here.
Yeah, because he's like it looks because he's admiring his work.
Yes.
Because I did that. I did that.
I did this. I'm Michael. This is my arts and crafts time.
He puts a gold sticker on his forehead.
I'm going to get an A. I'm going to get an A. So,
Tommy comes out, fuck you.
Fuck you. So,
I hate that we did the main thing now.
After he kills Bob, then it cuts back to Linda upstairs, and she lights up a cigarette.
And then they're smoking in someone else's bed.
Smoking in someone else's bed.
This bitch is inconsiderate.
For real. And they don't even have an ashtray, I don't think. I don't see one.
She's a child.
So, she's laying in bed, and all of a sudden the door opens, and we know it's not Bob, but standing in the doorway wearing a sheet.
We know it's not Bob. She doesn't know it's not Bob.
Yeah. Wearing a sheet with his glasses over the top. With Bob's glasses.
Some like weird, like, pedophile glasses.
Yeah.
Like Jeffrey Dahmer
the weird
glasses.
Dahmer glasses on it. And she's just like, well, you have my beer? And he just, like, holds it out. And she's just like, well, aren't you going to give it to me? And he's just like, shakes it out. She's just like, hey, fuck you.
Damn it. It's gonna be a fucking thing now.
So she gets up and she's like, I'm gonna call Lori back and see what's up with Annie. And as she's calling Lori, you see Michael from behind, like, take the sheet off.
Michael from behind. He's just,
or no,
fuck you.
he keeps the sheet on, I think. Oh no, does he take it off?
No, he doesn't.
He keeps it on?
Yeah.
And then he strangles her from behind. And as she's being strangled, Lori answers the phone. She's like, hello.
Fuck you.
Linda's like, hey, fuck you. But Linda's like choking on the phone, and Lori goes, Linda, is that you? And she's like, knock it off.
Yeah.
And then she's like, hello? Is this you? And then the girl, like, she stops because she was strangled to death. Michael just killed Linda, and then Lori's like, hello, Linda, and then
he holds the phone
up. Yeah.
He's like, fuck you.
Hey, fuck you. Hangs up the phone. Star 69 his ass, bitch. And then fucking hangs up the phone. Hey, fuck you.
It's fucking stupid, man.
So then, she hangs up the phone, and then, she checks on the kids, and she sees that they're sleeping. And Lori goes outside and locks the door. And then starts walking across the street to the Wallace house.
It locks the outside door.
Yeah, she locks the kids inside. She locks the kids inside the house.
So you made it sound like she locked the bedroom door.
Oh, yeah, she locked the bedroom door and then just went outside. So she locked the kids inside the house since they're sleeping, and then she's walking across the street to check on things. And I believe as she goes into the house, it's dark, the lights aren't working. She goes upstairs.
Did Loomis show up by now?
Not yet.
He's walking around.
He's walking around.
I'm walking around.
Loomis is walking around. I think Brackett swings by him and, like, asks if he sees anything, and he goes, I think Loomis is like, well, no, keep looking, go down that way or whatever.
Turf is like, fuck you.
Fuck you. He just drives off. Fuck you.
Man, everyone in this town fucking an asshole.
It is welcome to Haddonfield. Fuck you. So, Lori makes her way upstairs, and she notices a light in one room, and she, like, goes to the room and opens up the door, and it just slowly reveals Annie's body.
Yeah.
On the bed, laid out almost like her arms are outstretched, her legs are crossed, like almost like Jesus on the cross.
Jesus. And
above her on the bed is
the headstone.
which that fucking bed frame, dude.
For real. The bitch made out of steel.
Like, can hold that bitch. Didn't splinter or nothing.
No, that's a solid piece of stone right there.
It is. So Michael had her set up under Judith's tombstone, and Lori like screams, and she like backs up, and the like a closet door like kind of opens, and then Linda's body like falls like back.
Yeah.
And Lori just screams.
Michael's like, fuck!
Michael's like, hey, fuck you! So, she's like backing up, and as she's backing up, Michael like comes out of like that famous shot, like the light like comes up, and like the light like illuminates his face out of the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
And then he stabs her arm.
Yeah.
And then she falls over the railing, falling down the stairs, and I think she like breaks her ankle or fractures her ankle.
Hurts her ankle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty.
And then you get that shot of him just like right there at the top of the stairs, like just looking down. And she gets up and starts going. She goes in through the kitchen and like locks the door, and she's like trying to find a way out, and he's like busting through, like trying to shake the door handle and like bust through the door and shit. And finally he busts his way through, unlocks the door, and she takes like the chair, or no, she like ends up taking like something that breaks like the glass out of the window panes, the double doors in the kitchen, and then she goes running out from the back of the house and runs along the side of the house, and she's screaming. And she's running across the street, and at this point, he's like coming around the house behind her, and she ran across the street, and she's pounding on the door. She's like, "Oh shit, my keys!" And she realized she dropped them. Well, I guess when she like fell down the steps.
Yeah.
And so she's pounding on the door, and Michael's gaining on her, and she's like, "Tommy, open up!" And she takes like I think it's like a rock or something, or no, she like takes like a planter or something, like throws it up against the window, and it shatters, and the light turns on, and Tommy's like, "Who is it?" And she's like, "Tommy, open the damn door," and he's like, "I'm coming."
Fuck you.
And like he takes his sweet ass time. Like,
I know. He's like, we just woke up,
rubbing his eyes. He's like, "Oh, I guess I'll turn this light on." And then he like goes and undoes like the 7 locks of the Doyle door and fucking
the combination locks, and some weird padlocks and shit. I don't know, weird security there.
And as soon as he opens up the door, she comes in, and she closed the door right as Michael like comes right up to the steps.
The puzzle from the fucking Hellraiser series comes there for some reason.
You've been summoned. So
we should have to solve that every time you want to go to your house.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Seriously, we have such sights to show you.
Hey, bro, I'm trying to get it in, man.
Yeah. I don't want to go in the box. So Tommy lets her in. And she's like, "Tommy, go upstairs to Lindsay right now and lock the door." And he's like, "But is it the boogeyman?" She's like, "Tommy, just do as I say now."
I was like, "Fuck,
fuck you." He's like, "Hey, fuck you." And he runs upstairs to Lindsay, and then he closes the door and locks it. And Lori's downstairs, and she's in the living room. And she's like, she has the front door locked, huh?
The living room.
The living room. She's in the living room, and she's like looking around after she like locked the door and stuff, and she's like making sure everything's safe, and then she like starts like trembling and shit because she's just like, "Oh no," like fucking. She just sees like the curtains blowing and the windows open.
Yeah, well, the windows is open. Like, oh shit.
And then that's when I believe she like kind of like ducks down in front of the couch, and she grabs a knitting needle.
Mm-hmm.
And as she's like backing up, like kind of easing herself like toward the couch a little bit, Michael comes up from behind and like stabs like the fucking seat of the couch.
Michael from behind.
Finish him. And he stabs the couch, misses her, and then she takes the knitting needle and jams it right into the side of his neck. And you just see him like stand up, and then he just pulls it out, and then just falls down.
It's like, oh.
So at this point, then she goes upstairs and tells the kids to come out. And then she's like, "Listen, I want you guys to go down to or no, I want you guys to get inside the bedroom door or whatever." And
the
bathroom. And then what's it? He comes upstairs.
Yeah, because she hides in the bedroom door.
That's closet. Right. She's in the closet. She goes in the closet, and then he comes in, and right away he's just like, "Fuck you!" Just starts beating through the closet doors. That's a famous shot too.
Yeah,
like the POV shot of like inside the closet looking out.
And meanwhile, all this is going to soundtrack. It's going insane.
Mm-hmm. The synths, I love the synths.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's trying to break through to her, and then she takes a.
Trying to break through to her.
He's trying to break through to her. Like, Lori, just come out, okay? You don't have to be in the closet, all right? You can come out and talk to me. Lori, just come out and talk, all right? This is me now. This is Michael talking to you. Lori, you're in a safe place.
Lori's like, "Fuck you."
Lori's like, "Fuck you. I'm staying in here." But she ends up grabbing she grabs like a wire hanger from one of the
she has
from the rack.
Hanger. Like somehow undoes it.
Yeah, somehow unravels it.
So this is like one of those like old school metal ones too.
yeah. Those things were fucking around tight.
Well, yeah, because it's machine tin.
And then what does she do? She straightens it, and then he goes to like come in like after her, and then she just like fucking
with an eye
jams it right into his eye.
Oh fuck! Dude's like, "Fucking ow, dude!
Ow!" And then I believe he falls down again.
Yeah.
And then she gets out of the closet and like goes over to him. And then
he drops a knife.
Yeah, that's right.
And then Lori stabs her.
That's right. Lori stabs him. Then he falls down.
Yeah.
And then as he's laying there on the ground, she's like kind of like she comes out of the room, but like stays in that room, like in the doorway, and like she's just kind of like sitting there. And the kids come out of the bathroom.
Yeah, and he tells them to.
Then she
start calling the police and shit.
Yeah.
Start banging on the neighbors.
Mm-hmm. Starts banging the neighbors.
Banging on the neighbors' doors.
Starts banging the neighbors.
Shut up.
There's a guy next door. Let's do this. Little Tommy Doyle, huh?
Fucking shut up. Yeah. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Fuck you. So,
anyways, those neighbors are assholes, by the way.
Yeah, they are.
Because they don't. Yeah, because the one, like, they're knocking on the door, like, they're screaming for help. She turns the lights on, sees who it is, and then turns the lights back off.
Then they turn the light back
off.
I'm like,
what? Yeah, you see two kids screaming their head off, like.
Yeah, and nobody was doing anything.
Yeah.
And then that's when
here comes Loomis.
The kids are running, and then Loomis sees as he hears and sees the kids, he also notices that the station wagon's parked there.
Mm-hmm. He's like, "Oh shit, it's been here the entire time."
Yeah,
if I just look there.
Oh wait, maybe he could be here. And
we're just 1 block away.
Yeah, just luckily fucking happened to be in the vicinity. Oh, there's kids. It's after 10. Go to bed. Get back to your house. What if you took them back to the house and just like tucked them in? And he goes, "There's nothing going on here. Michael, go downstairs. See, there's nothing to be afraid of."
And the Michael's just on the ground.
Yeah. Stay there. You look comfy. But yeah, so
over.
The kids run past Loomis, and then Loomis starts heading toward the house. Meanwhile, Lori is still crouched in the doorway, and then Michael's still laying there.
That's in the scene, because it's like, because Lori's sitting there. She's freaking out because she thought she killed him.
Yes,
and then, Michael's in the background, and then just that little twang that and then he just sits up. He does the infamous sit up.
Yep.
Which again only works in the first movie.
Yeah.
But no, they have to do it every single time he falls over. It's really dumb and fucking.
Yeah, he sits up, and as he sits up, she's like standing back up on her feet, and she like just kind of like shaking and like she's dazed and confused from what she's going through. She's basically in shock. She's like walking out of the room, and then Michael just comes up from behind her and just starts strangling her.
Yeah.
And that's when she starts like lifting up his mask and shit while he's strangling her. And then Loomis finally comes up the stairs, and he's like, "Michael, stop!" And Michael just puts his mask back on, and then Loomis fucking just... and as Michael's putting his mask back on, Loomis fires a shot at him. Mm-hmm. And then that's when Michael like just flies back. And then Loomis goes, "You all right?" And then he like goes past, and then he like goes, and the next shot is just Michael standing there in the dark, like just looking at Loomis.
Like, do something, bitch.
Yeah, like, fuck you. So Loomis again shoots him, and then Michael like backs up, and then Loomis is just fucking firing off round after round into Michael, pretty much like
six times.
6 times, yeah.
Six times.
6 times, in fact, and sends Michael careening backwards, like through the open balcony door in the bedroom on the second floor, and he literally just walks backwards right off of the fucking deck.
Yeah,
and just fuck you.
The ground does it too.
But Michael falls to the ground below, and
ground below.
To the ground below.
Sounds like a song title.
Ground below. Out now. In this moment.
That's like an in this moment song.
People are gonna look it up now. Really? So now Michael's down on the ground, and Loomis like checks on Lori. He's like, "I'm sorry I couldn't be here like sooner," or something like that. And she's like, "Was that the boogeyman?" And he's like, "As a matter of fact, I do believe it was."
Tom comes in nowhere. Fuck you! I told
Fuck
you. Told you.
Told you, motherfucker. Didn't listen. And then she like kind of like just starts like crying, and then Loomis like goes to the balcony and looks down.
He's gone.
And he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
And then you just get that, like, the look on Loomis's face was like, I knew this would happen. Like, motherfucker, he's out there still.
Somehow immune to bullets.
Yeah. 6 fucking times and he fell off the balcony. He's gone. How could he? He's not a man. So,
yeah, just that scene always stuck with me too, because I look down and just the music softly starts coming back.
Yeah.
To the theme. And then it's just like Loomis is talking, and then it cuts to the Myers house, and you just hear the breathing.
Yep.
Just like slowly.
It starts cutting to like all the scenes of like all the places that he was at.
Yeah.
Like throughout the movie.
And it's just the breathing. Just the breathing is such a cool effect.
It is. It really is.
And after then it just ends.
Then it's just cuts to black. But yeah, man. How old were you the first time you saw Halloween?
I watched this when I wasn't super young, but I was.
Now, going into it, did you know like what it was about? Like,
I don't.
The first time you saw it, was it like something you actually like sat down?
I watched it with my
like
mom.
Something in passing.
No, I sat down and watched it with my mom because this is one of my mom's favorite movies. Was the first Halloween.
Yeah.
Because she saw it not in theaters, but she saw it like on TV back when it was coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And she said that movie scared her.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Halloween.
The first Halloween. Because it's realistic.
Now, what scared her more, though? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's what.
The first Halloween or the first Nightmare on Elm Street?
The first Nightmare on Elm Street actually terrified her.
Really?
She did not watch any of the Nightmare on Elm Streets.
She's never seen anything after the first one?
I don't think she's even fully seen the first one.
Damn. That's commitment.
Because it's just that it's like him going after your dreams. That's what freaks her out.
Yeah.
But yeah, my first time I watched it. I was like 15 or something.
Okay.
So I wasn't super young, but I knew about it. Like I knew the whole story about it already. I just never
Yeah.
seen it.
And did you watch like any of the other ones before you saw the original?
No, I saw the original
You
first.
started with the
I
first
saw
one.
the first one. The only ones I actually ever seen were 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I vaguely remember 4 and 5. Rob Zombies, and then the Legacy trilogy.
So you never saw 6,
I never saw 6,
H2O.
H2O, Resurrection. I think that's it.
Well, guess what? You're gonna.
Or Rob Zombies 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I have them all, but
Same.
well, they're practically right now. But
well, when we do these, we can maybe for the next ones, like maybe we can do like a watch along or something for
so yeah, maybe for the ones I haven't seen,
yeah, for sure.
or seen, maybe like starting with. I would say probably the third one because I've only seen the third one once.
Yeah, we can do that.
Because I like the third one.
Third one's really good. It's a good standalone one.
That's gonna annoy the fuck out of me because that song stuck in my head the entire day. Shut up. No, it's that fucking song. I hate that song. Fucking Shamrock.
Halloween.
Shut up.
Halloween. Silver Shamrock.
Fucking...
It's time, kids. Put on your mask. But yes, that was 1978's Halloween.
The movie didn't start it, but it popularized that genre of slasher.
It did. It did.
The babysitting teen slasher.
Babysitter Matters.
That's what it was originally supposed to be called.
Yeah. Babysitter Murder. But yeah, then that movie went on to gross a lot of money.
Yeah, the whole franchise did.
Oh yeah, it actually beat Friday the 13th as the highest grossing franchise, which pisses me off.
Well, only because they made movies.
Yeah, it really is only because there is now more Halloween films than there are.
How many are there now?
There's 13.
There's one more. Friday 13 has 12.
Yep. Not counting this bullshit series that's coming out.
But Jason is what kills.
Yes,
because throughout the entire movie, the first movie, Michael only kills 5 people.
Yeah. Yeah.
While in part 2, he kills like I don't know how many he kills. Jason.
Not as many as Jason though. No,
No, I meant like part 2, Jason, because that's his first.
Oh.
As a killer.
Jason kills.
He kills like.
He kills a lot. He kills a lot of people in 2. Yeah, he kills like 7 people, 8 people.
And then part 10, he kills a whole spaceship.
One thing I wish they didn't do in that franchise was kill Crazy Rob.
I know.
That part sucked.
I drove.
But yeah, the first time I seen Halloween, I was probably 7 or 8. I remember it was like Halloween time, and I would watch like the horror movies on like USA with my grandmother, and yeah, watched it on TV, and it just I remember if anything the music creeped me out the most. Like there were certain scenes and the music just creeped me out. Like
the music is very simple.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's done perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, hell, everyone now knows the theme.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And if you don't watch horror movies, you know what the theme is.
Yeah. But I don't think I think I seen what was it? I think I actually seen the first Halloween film that I actually watched like willingly. I was 6 or 7. We had a VCR. We didn't have cable at the time, so I was just using VHS tapes. And I found it said Halloween 6, Curse of Michael Myers. So I was just like, okay, I put that on. I was just like, shit. That movie scared me. But now it's like now that I'm old, fucking like I look at Halloween 6, I'm just like, this is a laughable fucking movie. Like this is horrible.
Well, yeah.
But like as a kid, man, they're like certain shit that like messes you up.
That's why I couldn't watch that kind of stuff as a kid.
Oh yeah.
I forgot I got scared of the second fucking Harry Potter movie.
The first horror movie I remember seeing as a kid was Stephen King's It. And it was 1993 or 94. I was 4. It was 94. Yeah, because that movie, the original Stephen King's It came out like at the ass end of the year I was born. So I'm actually older than that movie. That's fucked up.
It's a really good movie though.
It is a great movie. But yeah, so yeah, this was episode 16, man. This was freaking.
Yeah.
We've been wanting to do this for quite some time. We finally got through the first Halloween, and stick around because we are still hanging out in Haddonfield for a while.
Yep, we're not gonna do it Friday the 13th. We're gonna actually go through all of them.
Yeah.
So hope you guys like Halloween, because that's what we'll be talking about for the next 12 more episodes.
That's right. If you don't like it, hey, fuck you. But yeah, once again, thank you guys for following, liking, and sticking with us. We sincerely appreciate it. And we continue to grow and continue to hang out together and continue to enjoy these moments. So I hope everything is going well in your lives, and I hope we continue to meet like this. So as always, this is I Know What You Watched Last Friday. I'm Brian.
I'm John.
Have a good one.
See you.